There was a boy reported missing. I'm talking about the South, so.
Missing.
I guess it fits. In Clayton County, Georgia, by his mother in 2017, December 2017. His father took him to the park and never returned him. She told the police that her son suffered from seizures and cognitive developmental delays and couldn't even walk.
Okay.
So, the father is Siraj... whoa, I think there's a typo here. Siraj Wahaj. He and his brother were just convicted of conspiracy to provide material support to terrorists, providing material support to terrorists. Okay, conspiracy and actually doing it. Conspiracy to murder of an officer or employee of the U.S.
What?
Yep. So, and this is the District of New Mexico. They just issued a press release stating this, and also his sisters were convicted of conspiracy to commit kidnapping, resulting in death, and then kidnapping resulting in death.
Whoa.
And then also, the brother-in-law, Lucas Morton, was also convicted of all of that. All of it, okay? And then there was another person whose name is Janie LaVille who pleaded guilty to conspiracy to provide material support to terrorists and being in possession of a firearm unlawfully in the U.S. So what these people did, okay, was take that little boy down to a compound in New Mexico and literally, like, torture him with exorcisms.
Why?
Spiritual exorcisms, because they believed that this 3-year-old little boy would return as Jesus Christ to pass judgment on the U.S. government and institutions.
What?
And they denied
Does it say
him
what
his
religion they were?
They were Muslim.
Okay.
They decided to not give him anti-seizure medications, and he was being starved, lack of water. So the FBI were watching this place, okay? They go raid this compound because they get a message from somebody inside saying they're starving and need food and water. They go in there and find 11 kids without food and water and guns in reach of children. Like, just tons of guns.
It sounds like a cult setup.
Well, yeah, it does. So they find the boy passed away in a chamber in the back of a tunnel with some kind of ritual, like in kind of some ritual burial.
Okay.
And later find out that every single day they were performing these spiritual exercises on him, saying that he was possessed by demons.
Oh, man. So one thing I do know, not to side with this, obviously this is a problem, and I think there's a reason why places that do exorcisms like the Catholic Church, one, they're very hard to get approved. Two, they go through multiple levels of approval processes. And three, I think they have to have a medical doctor present as they're doing them for safety things. So situations like this don't happen. But the Muslim religion, I believe, they don't look at Jesus the same way. I could be wrong. Throw tomatoes at me if I'm wrong, you guys. But I believe he's considered a prophet, not the God and Savior.
Right.
And
the Messiah. Yeah, he's not a Messiah.
And the way that they handle their exorcisms is they literally have to exorcise one thing at a time, which requires multiple exorcisms, from my understanding. Now, it doesn't make none of this okay. I think you should be able to eat. You should be able to drink water. You should be able to do whatever. I believe that the Muslim exorcisms are much less invasive than the Catholic ones, too. So this should never happen, from what I know.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
It's really tragic.
Did they even believe this, or was this an excuse to just abuse children?
I mean, they were trying to form an army. They had the children training with guns. They were on a mission for
Oh my gosh.
Jihad, a holy war, and wanted to become martyrs. They wanted to take down some institutions in the United States that they thought were corrupt. And they were training these kids, because remember, they found 11 kids, plus this little boy deceased, which was this guy's own son.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, why do people
Sounds very terrorist cult.
Yeah, it is. It feels like both. But is this like, when they talk about those terrorist organizations, like, overseas, like, does this happen?
You got me. I guess I need to up my knowledge on situations like this because I don't really know. But with this being in our own backyard, it's terrifying. It makes me want to know more because this sounds awful and not productive and not conducive to a good religious belief system.
This poor little boy and the mom, you know, like, gosh, like he had issues. He couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
It's just so sad. Like, I just can't imagine what that was like for him, being taken from his mom and then going through all of that. That poor kid. It's really, really sad to me.
I wonder if that's why they felt like
and look at his little face. He just had...
Yeah.
He's
it's
just
really
such a
sad.
cutie, man. Poor thing. I also wonder, are exorcisms that common in the Muslim culture, or at least in the extremist Muslim culture? You know, I've been seeing for some reason, I've been seeing a bunch of these videos popping up on my YouTube of people doing exorcisms, like, over the phone, like a FaceTime call, and it looks like it's in Africa or something. And, like, this person will be shouting things at the person, and they'll be, like, throwing up, and then, like, you know, like, making noise, and, like, I don't know why it keeps, like, popping up randomly, but there's a lot of them.
That's really strange. I don't know. I don't know
if that's, like, becoming more common for some reason in the undergrounds of some cultures and societies to do exorcisms, but... Anyway, what? I
don't think it's never been uncommon. I think that there's always been a place for exorcisms in these religions. They're an avid part of that. I just think that the approval process to get these done has changed over time.
Well, in America, it's pretty much unheard of at this point. Like,
I don't think so. I think they do exorcisms. They just don't broadcast them to everybody. They don't want people to know. But yeah, I believe they do exorcisms.
Well, this was an incredibly tragic story for me to read. It made me really sad, but I am very glad that these people were convicted and going to prison forever, and they're exactly where they deserve to be. There's no excuse. There is no reason to ever hurt a child or commit a terrorist act.
Agreed.
Never.
100% agree.
Never.
Yep.
Unless we're in 1983 type of world.
Yeah.
Which we are not there yet. We may see red flags, but we are not there. There is absolutely no reason to do anything like that.
Yeah, we aren't going to get there. That's not going to happen.
No. But I want to know what you guys think about this. If you have any answers to any of my questions about this, please let me know. Because I was just mind blown.
Yeah. Yep, let us know.